Well, welcome to one of the most prettiest places on earth. That's right. It's the main studio here at theDove TV this morning, filled with beautiful flowers that Tim Elbert has brought in from the Four Seasons Nursery. It is Mother's Day, and yes, we'll be giving away some of these, so you'll be listening here in just a moment. We'll tell you about that. But how you doing, bud?
Doing great.
Man, you brought half the store with you today.
Well, you know, I was looking for a giveaway, and this morning, or actually last night, I was looking for a giveaway, and I said, "Oh, this is pretty," and then "Oh, this is pretty too," and I couldn't decide, so I just brought everything.
Well, good for you. Well, let's do a little round robin. What do you got going on here?
Well, you know, first of all, we have this beautiful hanging basket, and this has the Surfinia petunias along with the twister pink verbena in there, and the little white flowers is a euphorbia called Diamond Frost.
This thing here?
Yeah, yeah, that's the twister pink verbena.
I've never seen anything like that. It's pink and white together.
Yeah, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
It comes out pink and then turns more white.
That's the white.
And then, yeah, the little white ones there, that's the euphorbia. So great hanging basket for a hot sunny spot. Wow. Beautiful plant. Behind you, the other hanging basket there is a fuchsia.
Wow.
And I had one picked out earlier, but it was just too big. I just couldn't see anywhere where we'd be able to put it in here. But so I brought a small one. But the fuchsia baskets
just gorgeous.
Are just gorgeous, yeah. And something about my dad and fuchsias, he makes the absolute most beautiful fuchsia baskets there are. And of course, this year's no exception. There's some gorgeous fuchsia baskets. And of course, they love the shade, so you want to put that in a shady, cool spot and give it lots of water. Also behind you there is that's the endless summer hydrangea, wow. The repeat blooming hydrangea. And of course, that one is blue. They also you can change those colors on that. You can change it to white or pink just by adding something to the soil to make that change.
Really?
Yes. So it's a beautiful plant and a gorgeous blue flower. And speaking of blue flowers, we've got this beautiful clematis over here. This one, I believe, is called Ramona, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, a pale blue, almost lavender flower on that. And of course, I just walked by and that caught my eye. I had to grab it and bring it in. So a beautiful, beautiful plant. And then back behind that, the orange flower there, that is a black-eyed Susan vine or Thunbergia vine. And, you know, I took, well, I shouldn't say my daughter, Amanda, she took 3 of those and planted them at the base of a little trellis we had. Just little 4-inch ones. They're just little tiny things. And by the end of summer, I was hacking that thing back. It was so big and beautiful. And the flowers just go all summer. It loves the heat. And it's just an annual, so it'll die off in the winter, but very much well worth replanting again the following year.
Well, there you go. Just absolute gorgeous flowers here. And here's what the deal. When you call in with a question today, your name goes in the hat. You're going to have 2 chances to win today. All right. When you call in with a question, your name's going to go in the hat. We'll draw a name or 2 out at the end. And then at the end, we'll do a little bit of a call-in giveaway. So we'll kind of keep you surprised on this. But when you call Tim right now, 776-5368 with a question, your name goes in the hat. And we'll be drawing a couple of names out, and then towards the end of the program, we'll have a call in as well. But I tell you what a great opportunity to win some beautiful flowers from Mom on Mom's Day. And you got this and more out at the nursery, obviously.
Oh, yes. You know, I could have loaded my truck all the way up and brought it in, but I had to leave some stuff to sell.
What else do you have out there?
Well, you know, the roses just came in recently, and there's a lot of great varieties of roses. But what I really am excited about is the climbing roses. And we've bought climbing roses before, but nothing like this. When these came in, they're on trellises, and they're already 5 feet tall in full bloom. Wow. Just beautiful climbing roses. There's 3 or 4 varieties out there right now. So that's a really good one. Lots and lots of hanging baskets of all different types out there available. And you know, as we talked about the endless summer hydrangea, there's actually about 10 varieties of hydrangeas out there that just came in recently. The honeysuckles just came in, and they are in bloom.
Oh, they smell so good.
Oh, they're so fragrant. Yeah. So it's fun to watch people walking down the aisles and then stop and they look around and they go, what's that smell? What is that?
All right. Well, here's the deal. You can call us and ask a question about what's going on in the yard, things about gardening and all that. The phone number is 776-5368, or if you're outside the immediate area, toll free at 1-800-373-5368. Your name will go in the hat. And then also be listening towards the end of the program. We'll also do a little bit of a phone drawing as well. Well, Steve, let's go to Steve. Good morning, sir. What's going on?
Good morning. How are you?
Hey, fine, man.
Good. Hey, on my calla lilies, I put some, I think it was, you told me, bone meal on them last year, and they didn't do anything. But this year they're coming up. They look beautiful, but is there some kind of fertilizer I should put on those? I hope they'll bloom. I didn't get anything last year.
Well, if you put the bone meal on last year, then that will help for the blooms this year.
Right.
It takes a while for that bone meal to work in there, and it takes some time. They have to produce those flower buds. They're actually going to be producing those flower buds inside the bulb late in the summer. And so when you're seeing the growth this year, it's a result of what happened last year.
Right.
So all this growth that you're seeing now, if you're getting any blooms, it's because you added that bone meal in there. If you don't get any blooms, then really the only thing you can do is divide those bulbs out, get rid of the small ones, give the bigger ones a little bit more room to grow.
Yep.
Add some more bone meal and hope for the best for next year.
Throw them babies away and get some new ones.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I know a great
really
place
good.
that has some.
They must have got tired like me.
There you go, Steve. You're like most men. You just have no patience.
Right. A lot of it. Okay, listen, I got to go play golf before you're drawing, so if I win, Perry, my wife wants a fuchsia basket.
Whoa, well, okay, Steve.
You can pick that for me, buddy.
Okay, we'll hang in there for you, man.
Okay, bye.
All right, see you later. I got to go play golf. Yeah, I'm going to take care of that. Okay, all right. Hi. Hey, Bobby, hi. What's going on with your snowball?
Oh, it's the sweetest little snowball you ever saw. We planted it about 2 years ago, thought it wasn't going to make it, and this year it's just got huge blooms on it. But that thunderstorm that we had really beat it down. And so I kind of propped up some of the branches, but I was worried that they were going to break. Should I maybe trim those branches?
You know, once it's done blooming, that's not a bad idea. The pruning on that will just stimulate more growth, and it will get bushier and thicker and fuller. So pruning it is a great idea, but I would wait until the blooms are gone so you can enjoy those flowers while they're in bloom.
Well, and the blossoms are just so huge. Across the street, we have a neighbor that has a great big snowball plant, just like big as a tree, and they're really puny looking.
Well, you get the blue ribbon.
and I have to go to work in a few minutes.
Okay.
And I just love anything that I could get.
Oh.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Bobby. Well, everybody's claiming them before they even win. This is good.
That's
right. All right, 776-5368. If you have any questions about what's going on in your yard, names going in the hat, somebody, we're going to have a couple of names today, are going to win some beautiful flowers, and then at the end we'll have another little call-in drawing as well. Hi, David. What's up, man?
Well, I bought a bare root apple tree, planted it, and it's doing real well, and got little apples on it. And then it occurred to me that you're supposed to spray apple trees sometime or something for worms or whatever. What do I do, Tim?
Well, yes, the codling moths are the biggest problems with our apples in this area, causing the wormy apple syndrome, I guess. The codling moth adult will lay her eggs on the flowers. And so if you're trying to control them right now, you're on the late side, and there's not a lot you can do. If it's a new apple tree, which you've planted it from bare roots, so the chances of it actually getting codling moths is pretty low unless you've got other apples in the area that have codling moths. So I wouldn't really worry too much about it this year. But next year, definitely want to get some traps up I would suggest right before they bloom, usually middle to late March, and get those traps in there. That'll help control them. And then if you really have a bad infestation, some sprays with the spinosad, the same stuff we use on the petunias for the budworms, works really good for controlling those. But by now, those guys are already inside, probably already in that embryo, and spraying is going to be pretty slim chances of making any progress or doing any damage.
Okay, well, I thought it was a little too late, but I'll remember for next year.
Okay.
Right. There you go.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
David. All right, 7765368. Hey, Mark, you got some dry spots on the grass?
I do. Good morning, guys.
Hey.
I got caught by that heat wave in the middle of August, and I was out of town, and didn't have my sprinkler system on because it was raining when I left. So for 2 weeks, it only got natural rain. Second week, it got into the 80s, and I ended up with some pretty good-sized dry spots, or yellow spots, let's just say. How do I change that? My lawn was the best it's ever been, and now it's not.
Okay, well, just to help you out a little bit, I didn't turn my sprinklers on either until my lawn was almost dying. So I feel your pain.
Thank you.
But really, the lawn's going to recover. It's going to take a little bit of time. Just keeping it watered well is your best shot. And then, if you end up having areas that don't come back, it's just some reseeding. But if it's just water stress, keep that water going and just wait. Time is all it's going to take.
How can I tell if I should reseed it or let it come back? I soaked it good.
Mm-hmm. Give it a couple of weeks. If you don't see any progress, then at that point, just hit it with the weed eater and knock it down real low. Throw some seed down, and you should be fine after that.
That's perfect. Thanks for the help.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll be right back. Tim Elbert's in the house. We're giving away some beautiful flowers for Mother's Day. Maybe you could win some. The phone number is 776-5368. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Paulina, and I work at theDove TV. Did you know that when you support theDove TV, you have a profound impact, not only in our community, but around the world? It's your continued support that takes the inspiration and hope in the programs we produce and makes them available to the thousands of people who are watching these videos online every week. Help bring encouragement and hope to our valley and beyond by making a secure online donation today at our website, thedove.us.
Well, actually, we should probably be doing the show from your nursery. As soon as we get a good big internet line out there, we'll do the morning show from out there. But today, he brought the nursery indoor here to the studio, and we have hanging baskets. We've got clematis, we've got hydrangeas, we've got fuchsias, we got black-eyed Susans, we got everything in here. And we'll be giving some of this away. One of the ways you can win is call in and get your name, ask a question, then your name goes in the hat. But before I take our next caller, as you know, yesterday evening, late, we've signed on KDOB in Brookings. We're pretty excited about that. 6 years.
Wow.
With all the issues we had to deal with. 6 years to get that station on the air. They're doing some fine-tuning today, but it covers Pistol River down through Brookings and into Crescent City. And I understand that Brookings has been blessed with your baskets.
Yeah, Checo Pharmacy buys baskets from us, and we just this week delivered hanging baskets out there. So
really?
It's a great thing. They love the baskets out there, and they seem to do really well in the climate.
Well, the climate there ought to be just perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, if you're listening by chance on 91.5 FM KDOB in Brookings, we just brand new radio station signed on yesterday evening, and we hope that you come to enjoy the Dove and Tim services. All right, Dorothy, you've been very patient. Good morning. What's going on?
Good morning. I guess this is the day for grass questions.
Okay.
Is it too late to plant a new grass?
Oh, no, definitely not. This is really great timing for planting a lawn. The temperatures are just right. Soil temperatures are up perfectly. So no, perfect timing for putting in a lawn.
Okay, another question is what do I do about if I'm planting grass, it's going to be next to the older grass, and I've got moss in the older grass? So if I put a moss killer in that, is it going to transfer the new lawn?
The moss killer won't harm the new lawn or the new seed, so you can put the moss killer down and seed. You could do that even the same day, and it wouldn't bother anything. However, what you might want to do is try to get rid of that moss first, so that when you reseed, you can reseed back into those areas where that moss is and get a little stronger lawn there.
Okay. Another question I have is, I put out some impatiens already, and I noticed where I planted them, they're getting an awful lot of sun in the afternoon in Grants Pass, and it's really hot.
Yeah.
So do I just keep them wet, or
or look for a new home for them?
Yeah,
they're going to do really well here, probably for the next.
Dig them all up.
What was that?
I had a whole flat out there, and I don't want to dig them all up.
Yeah, they'll do fine probably until it really starts to get hot in June, July, and then they're not going to do so well. So, it's the intensity of the sun. You're keeping them watered is a good thing, but you're going to have a tough time keeping those alive if it's a really hot spot. It may be best while they're young to consider moving them.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. All the bad news,
Thanks, Dorothy.
Thank you very much.
Okay. All right, 776-5368 is the phone number. Hi, Dale, you've been patient. What's up?
Hi there. Well, first of all, congratulations on Brookings.
Thank you. Yeah.
We're going to have to hook up our travel trailer and head over to Harris Beach.
There you go. There you go. Good for you.
Hey, I got a question about Photinia. I have a big hedge that's probably 10 feet tall, and it's, like 6 feet wide, and it's hard to manage with a hedge trimmer. I want to cut that thing down to a manageable size, and I'm wondering what's the best time of year to do that.
Well, that's probably with Photinia. First of all, you can prune Photinia any time of year, and it's still going to come back and grow. Yeah. But to really severely prune it, I like to wait until that first spurt of growth is done, which would end up right around the end of this month, and then go through and do a serious cutback. Feed it at that time, and it should flush back up nicely, and you can maintain it easier.
Oh, okay. What should I feed it with?
Use some of the Fertilome tree and shrub food. That works really good on those.
Oh, okay. Great. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Dale. Is it Janine?
Yes.
Hi. What's going on with your Fione?
Hi. Well, I find myself needing to transplant it, and I wondered if it's going to be okay to do that at this time of year. It actually is blooming right now as well.
Yeah, not a good time for that. If you have to move it, then do it, and be very, very careful. Get as much of the root system and everything as you possibly can. Keep it watered. Keep it in the shade, and it will probably recover from that. But if you can get by with waiting at least until it's done blooming, it would be better.
Okay.
Yeah, the best timing for those is when they're dormant in the fall or winter. But summer, moving them through the summer, as long as they're not blooming, you're pretty okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Thank you. All right. Let's go to, let's see if I can get my button to work. There we go. Hi, Peggy. What's going on with the strawberries?
Hi. I had a quick question on that. Was the fertilizer for strawberries, and when they are blooming or have berries set on, or do we fertilize then, or when do we fertilize strawberries?
Well, the best timing for fertilizing strawberries is before they begin to bloom, just as they're emerging with that new growth early in the spring. That's the perfect timing to get the fertilizer on. However, if you need to fertilize them now, you can do two different things. You can use a liquid soluble fertilizer like the Geranium Hanging Basket Pansy Food by Fertilome. You can use that and just on a weekly or biweekly basis. And that works very well on those. The other option would be going with an organic, like the Espoma Garden Tone fertilizer, sprinkling that down, watering that in. But if you're going with that, you're going to have to kind of, you don't want it to stay on the berries themselves because it's going to help make them decompose faster. So keep it washed off.
Kind of burns them, doesn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, kind of. So kind of water that in real thoroughly if you do it that way. But it's very safe to use the liquid solubles right now.
Okay, I thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome.
All right, let's go to Ellen.
Good morning.
How's everything over in Coos Bay?
Well, it's doing good. It's not as hot over there, but we had a couple of days last week. I kept thinking I was in Medford. I mean, it was like 85, and with a little extra humidity, it was a little uncomfortable. And everybody, it was funny because people over there really don't like it that hot. Jim, my question is, I have a new property with a clematis on it, and when Perry mentioned you brought one into the studio, it's not looking very good. It's like there's a little tiny bit of leaves way up on top of this, arbor thing, and a couple of people have told me different things, like with clematis, the roots need to be cool and the top needs to be hot, or I don't know. And so anyhow, I thought maybe you could help me figure out what I ought to do to make it look better.
Okay, well, in your climate over there, they can handle the full sun without any trouble. There's no such thing as cool roots and hot tops over there. It's going to be cool everything. So you're fine with that planted in as much sun as you possibly can find. It's not going to hurt it any. As far as why it's leafing out on the tips and not anywhere else, that's probably just the variety that it is, and it needs probably to be pruned. So it would be good to do a good pruning on that, but it's on the late side also. So if you were to prune it now, probably wouldn't be a great thing to do. So hold off, let it do its thing and grow this year, and then this fall, give it a pretty good heavy pruning. And this should recover from that very well.
Okay, and when you do prune it, you've got to leave a few leaves on, right? You can't knock all of them off or you'll kill it, correct?
Is it an evergreen?
I believe it is, yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was thinking it was a deciduous. The evergreen clematis, you could prune it way back. It won't hurt it any. You could actually do some pruning on that now. I would cut it back. I would even go up to halfway back on that. And let it flush out. It's done blooming by now. Okay, yeah, it is done blooming. And then one quick question. Now, this one happens to be, I didn't clarify. This one, it's over here in the valley, and it's getting a lot of sun. So, do you have to do something for the root system when it's Rogue Valley temperatures? Yes, in Rogue Valley, the evergreen clematis don't like a lot of sun at all. They're much more sun sensitive, so keeping that in as much shade as possible is important. So if it's getting a lot of sun and you can't shade it, consider moving it. Okay, well that's good because this is in a lot of sun, so it's no wonder it's not a very happy campus. All right, thank you so much. Appreciate your program. You guys have a wonderful day.
You too. All right, thanks for calling in. All right, let's see if I can squeeze in Rita. Hi.
Hi. I have a question about ivy.
Yeah, it
got
grows
a war
up.
going on here. About 10 days ago, I had it sprayed with Kills-All, and it's still thriving.
Yeah, ivy has a waxy leaf surface that makes it very difficult for herbicides to penetrate. And so certain herbicides just don't work very well on the ivy. The other thing that it does is it has the ability to know that there's something wrong and shut that off. You'll have better success if you use some of the Fertilome brush and stump killer. That's going to give you a lot better success on that ivy.
Other than that, it's sort of pull and chop.
I'm sorry?
I say other than spraying it with that, I'd have to do the pull and chop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we'll take a quick break. Oh, we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Daniel and I work at theDove TV. You know, compared to Portland, Seattle, and LA, Medford might be considered a small market, but at theDove, we're excited about the opportunity to make a big impact right here in our community. And you help make that happen. Did you know that more than 90% of our income comes from people like you? You can help us now by making a secure online donation at our website, theDove.us, or by phoning 541-776-5368.
Okay, we're back, and Tim Elbert's in the house, and we're talking about flowers and Mother's Day. By the way, the whole studio just smells unbelievable. The fragrance in this room is just wonderful, and he's brought in a bunch of things that we're going to be giving away, and one way you can win is to call in and get your name in the hat. We'll be drawing a couple of names out who will be winners, and then towards the end of the program, we'll also have you call in as well. All right, let's get right back to the phones. Everybody's just kind of waiting in line here. Hi, Ellen. What's going on with your pansies?
Well, I'm getting ready to swap some summer plants out, and my pansies look beautiful, and I think it's so wasteful to pull them out. What can I do with them?
Hug them.
You pansy hugger. No, you know, the pansies do look really good right now. You know, they're just at their prime, and yeah, you're right. It is kind of hard to yank them out of the ground, but remember that they're at their prime now, and just like, well, just like Perry, you know, it's going to go downhill soon. So
I have a shade garden. Could I lift them and plant them out in that shade garden?
Oh, you need counseling.
I know.
Yes, you can. And I've actually had several of my customers have said that they are able to keep their pansies going year round. And by putting them in a cooler, shadier area through the summertime, yes, absolutely you could do that. You know, expect them to have a little transplant shock when that happens. Just keep them watered and give them a little fertilizer, and they should do okay. But if we have a really hot summer, expect them to look on the leggy side, and you may have to do a little pruning back and things like that. But yes, you can keep them.
Okay, well, that's good news.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Ellen. All right, let's go to Diane. Hi, Diane. What's going on?
Hi, I actually have two questions. One is about a lilac bush, and it's a nice old one, but the branches are kind of dying, and sometimes they'll get some blooms, and then the rest of the branch will be dead.
The leaves kind of turn black and shrivel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a disease called anthracnose, and that does affect those lilacs. Fall application of lime sulfur or copper, either one should work pretty good on keeping that from happening. But you got to get that on just before the leaves fall in the autumn.
Lime sulfur?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That'll certainly help. You can do a little application of the same type of thing early in the spring as the new growth comes on. Sometimes that helps as well.
Okay.
Okay, and then the other question is, do I have to dig up the glads every year? Because you know how they get the new bulbs and they just kind of get in a little bunch?
Yep. Yeah, so, you don't have to dig them up, no. No.
Well, they'll still, like, bloom and spread out all over, right?
Well, yes. However, if they're producing a lot of little bulbs, those little bulbs won't be big enough to produce blooms for several years. So, you know, if that's the case, then your bed can get filled up with all those little bulbs, and if that's happening, then you need to take them up and divide them out. So give them plenty of room so that they can build bigger bulbs.
There you go.
Okay.
Thanks,
all right.
thanks.
Thank you.
All right. All right. 776-5368 is the phone number, and get your name in the hat. Somebody's going to win some beautiful flowers around here. I need to tell the guys in the control room my iPad's dying, and I won't be able to take phone calls here shortly. So we'll see what happens. Hi, Jan, you're next. Go ahead.
Yes, I was wondering if the freezes are over. I'm not that used to the weather patterns in Oregon. Is it okay to put out tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers and squash and all that now in the garden?
Well, you know, me and God were talking the other day, and we decided that that would be really mean to have a frost about now. So, you know, so I guess as long as I can keep up with my good relationship, I think we're done with frost.
Okay, good.
So
such power.
So, yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is that our average last frost date is May 15th, and we're close enough to that. I think we're pretty much done with frost.
Ah, very good.
Yeah, but I don't have the control. So
yeah. No guarantee.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Jan. All right, let's go to Ruth. Hi, Ruth.
Good morning.
What's going on with your peach tree?
I have a peach tree that is full of tiny little peaches. It started peach curl, and we've sprayed the liquid seaweed on, but I'm wondering, does it hurt to get on the peaches?
Oh, no. That's perfectly fine to get that on the peaches. Won't hurt it at all.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
and keep that up on a weekly basis. It's not you're not going to see any real changes at first. It's going to take 3 or 4 weeks, but pretty soon you'll see nice fresh growth appearing, and just keep it up. And as that new growth comes on and starts to fill out, then you can start to pick off all of those infected leaves and get rid of those.
So just spray it on the whole tree. It won't matter. Just make sure to spray it on the whole tree so all the leaves get covered.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
God
you.
bless you guys.
You too. All right. 776-5368. Somebody's going to win some beautiful flowers. Get your name in the hat. Brad, you're next. What's going on? There? You there, Brad? Go ahead.
I'm here. I wanted to check and see what I've planted watermelons and stuff in the past, but inevitably they don't do well, and I think it's just the soil. What would be the best soil to plant them in?
Well, they like a good, rich, loose soil. So you fluff up the soil well, add lots of compost, manure, things like that in there, mix that up really good. Plant them on a hill, so take that mound it up, good foot high or so, and plant them up on top of that little mound. What that does is it increases good drainage, which is important, but it also allows that sun to heat that soil up a little bit better. And with that nice warm soil, they should grow well and do better. Getting them in as early as possible is important. Watermelons take such a long time to develop that getting them in early is really important. However, typically, our last frost date being as late as it is, we have a tough time with that. And that might be why you've had a hard time in the past. Should have a pretty good year this year for melons, though.
I started them in the greenhouse, and they've already on their second leaves now, so they should be well to go here shortly.
Excellent. Yeah, get them into the ground as soon as possible.
Okay, and mound it up. And would black plastic around the base of them be better, or not that extent?
I don't like black plastic around them. It does help to heat up the soil a little bit, but the other things, it doesn't allow air and moisture to travel back through, so I really don't suggest it. Just heaping up that soil in a nice mound is the best thing you can do.
Perfect. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Brad. Let's go to Mike. Hey, Mike. What's up, man?
Good morning, guys.
Hey.
My question is, I have a very large yard, and the front and the side is pretty nice grass. But if you get up close to the rest of it, it's very nice, groomed, watered weed. Is there something I can do without going to a lot of work, to maybe fertilize it and do something?
Well, yes, of course, fertilizing it, you're going to keep it growing and keep it green. If you're trying to kill the weeds, remember that if
that would have no yard.
Yeah, I was going to say that may not work really well. You won't have any grass left. So if you're just trying to keep it green, I would suggest the Fertilome Classic. It's a good lawn fertilizer, slow release, so it should work really well. And I've never said this before, but it does feed the weeds well.
It does. Okay, so there's no losing the weeds, is there, without doing something major?
I'm sorry, what was that?
So there's no losing the weeds without doing something major.
Yeah, losing the weeds, so we can do that easily, but then you're going to be wanting to reseed after that, especially if you're mostly weeds.
Right, and we're out here in Eagle Point, and there's virtually no soil. We grow rocks better than we do anything else.
Well, there's a really good lawn seed that we carry called Water Warden, and it'll handle the poor soils and the heat and the dryness. It does very well. So if you want to, you can you can kill off those weeds and add some of that water warden in there, and you'll have pretty good success.
Oh, very good.
All right.
Okay, well, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. All right. All right, the phone number is 776-5368, and coming up in a few moments, we'll be drawing a couple of names out. It could be yours. To win some flowers here, and then also we'll be doing a little bit of a phone giveaway coming up as well. We have a beautiful hanging basket full of
petunias, verbena, and that little white flower there is diamond frost euphorbia.
It's just gorgeous. And then behind me is an hydrangea.
A hydrangea and a fuchsia.
Hanging fuchsia.
Yes.
A beautiful clematis. I've never seen a clematis that color before.
Yeah, beautiful, kind of a lavender blue.
Yeah. And then a black-eyed Susan behind you.
Correct.
What's that do?
That is it's just a big vine.
Is it like a clematis? Goes up and around?
Yeah.
But that's only an annual, right?
It's only an annual, but I'm telling you, that is one performing plant.
Really?
Yes, it is stunning.
Really? Yeah. All right, 776-5368. Get your name in the hat. We got some time left. You can give us a buzz. On the lawn thing, I want to come back to the seeding question. I had ring.
Fairy ring.
Fairy ring.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. Do we know what causes that?
It's a fungus. Yeah, and you just use a fungicide to control it.
All right, but it looked like it did kill the grass.
Yeah, it can.
So what do you do with that? You scratch that up and reseed it?
Yep.
Water warden?
Water warden, yeah, for you, definitely.
And now's the time?
Now's the perfect timing for that.
Now, if somebody has a little weed in their lawn, I know you don't like this name, feed and weed, but is there a product that does the same thing?
There is a weed and feed. There's Fertilum puts one out called Weed Out Plus Lawn Food.
Yeah.
And as long as you put it on correctly, you've got to put it on a wet lawn and then leave it dry for 24 hours. As long as you do that, you'll have pretty good success. And I've done that before on my lawn. Worked perfectly.
All right, get your phone calls in, 776-5368. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with Tim Elbert from the Four Seasons Nursery.
Hi, I'm Paula, and I work at theDove TV. Every day we get letters and emails from people who've been encouraged, blessed, and challenged by the programs on theDove TV. But we couldn't do it without you. Did you know that more than 90% of our income comes from people like you? You can help us continue to bring inspiration and hope to our community by making a secure online donation at our website, thedove.us, or call us at 541-776-5368.
Okay, we are enjoying an indoor nursery here today, the Four Seasons Nursery. Tim Elbert has brought a big portion of his store to the studio today. And 9 to 5, 8 to 7,
and we're
4
8 to 6,
6 to 3 to 9. What are you these days?
Well, our spring schedule, we're 8 to 6 every day except for Sunday. We're a 9 to 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's out there on Highway 62. You go on out, get off on Vilas Road, just go up a little bit, and you can't miss the nursery. It's absolutely gorgeous. You rearranged it again.
Again, I can't leave well enough alone.
I know, it's just beautiful, and especially now. And we have all the beautiful flowers that sooner or later somebody's going to win. So one way you win is call, and then the other way is be listening here coming up in just a few moments. All right, let's take some phone calls. We've had some very patient people. Cindy, hi, what's up?
Hi, good morning. I have this upright fuchsia that's growing in a big pot, and I noticed all these new shoots now are starting to get this little white foamy looking stuff on some of the stems of it, and I just kind of spray it when I'm watering and stuff, but I notice like the next day it's back again, and I don't know what it is.
Well, if you were to grab some of that and look inside, you'd find a little insect in there. They're called spittlebugs, and because it looks like somebody spit all over your plants.
Yeah.
And they create that little barrier around them to protect them from predators and from insecticides. And so spraying with a kind of a spray does not work very well at all.
Yeah, I tried soap and water kind of mixture stuff, and they're still coming back.
Yeah, so the nice thing about it is that, first of all, they're not doing a lot of damage to the plant. Yes, they are taking energy from the plant, yes, technically they are doing some damage to the plant. But the other thing is that they are cyclical. They will cycle in and out. And so you'll put up with them for a few weeks and then they're gone. So I would just say what you're doing by just hosing them off with water is good enough. That's kind of discourages them, and just wait it out. They'll be gone in a few weeks.
So this isn't something they can keep reproducing the next year in the soil or something like that, then?
No, not necessarily. It's just one of those little pests. They're more of a nuisance than anything else.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Cindy.
Well, thank you.
Okay,
all right.
Bye.
All right, let's go to, oh, we lost Sandy. All right, let's go to another Cindy. Hi, Cindy. What's going on with your blackberries?
I don't like them.
Oh, well.
I love blackberries.
I would like to get, well, I like those too, but I don't want them in my yard. So I just need to spray them maybe, or what?
Yeah, this time of year is a great time for controlling those. Use some of the Fertilome brush and stump killer, or some of the Turflawn ester. Either of those works really well on the blackberries. Catch them while they're young and small. You'll have better success killing them. If you've got big bushes of blackberries, if you can cut them back first and allow that new growth just to start coming back and then spray it, you'll have better success.
Okay, a brush and stump killer, and there was another one?
Turflawn ester.
Ester, okay.
Yeah.
And earlier you said something about a certain fertilizer for Photinia?
Right, that's the Fertilome tree and shrub food.
Oh, tree and shrub, okay.
Yep, yeah, they just call it tree and shrub food.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Cindy. Bye.
Bye.
All right, let's go to Patty. Hi, Patty.
Hi.
What's up?
Hi, guys. I have a big, huge plum tree in the front yard that has a pretty big block planter around it, and nothing seems to grow underneath that. It's got these spidery, wet, spidery roots that won't let anything grow.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get something. I've tried bulbs, and they grow 1 year, and the next year they're gone. We've tried rhodies and azaleas. Some parts of it get sun and some shade.
Yeah.
Do you have any suggestions for something that would grow under there?
Well, probably what's happening is the root system from that tree is just taking everything out of that soil and not allowing anything else to have anything left over. So if you're going to try to plant in there, then keeping it well watered and fertilized is going to be very, very important. What we might consider doing is just adding some nice pots and filling those up with some nice flowers, and doing that on an annual basis. That way, you don't have to worry too much about that. They should grow a lot better that way.
So I should probably water it a little bit better and fertilize it more.
Yeah, that's if you're going to try to replant back in that soil with those root system of that tree, you're going to have to really kick in with the fertilizer and the water, because that tree's going to take everything out of it.
It is.
Yeah.
So rocks would work, huh?
Yeah, there you go. A beautiful rock garden.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm going to skip back down to Sandy. We lost you earlier, but back on the cell. Hi, Sandy.
Hi, Tim. I'm sorry about that. I'm in the car, of course. But what we wanted to plant plants on either side, potted plants on either side of the garage door. Is there anything you can suggest that wouldn't go too fast, and yet we could train to go over the garage door? Is that a possibility?
Oh, so you want to create almost like an arbor effect then?
Right.
Okay. What, is it getting a lot of sun there?
Yes.
With a lot of sun. The climbing roses that we got in look beautiful right now, and they do great in containers.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take a trip over to Medford. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Hi, Betsy. Are you there, Betsy?
Yes, I am.
Hey, how's everything over there in the beautiful valley this morning?
It's supposed to be in the 90s today, but we've had a lot of lightning and thunder and heavy torrential rain.
Oh, boy. Okay.
It's been wonderful.
Beautiful Scott Valley over there, yeah.
I don't have to water.
Yeah. What's up?
But because of all that rain, we have weeds aplenty, and I was going to ask about a weed machine, a weeder. Are you allowed to give out... do you sell those kind of things, garden tools, like a weed whacker that's on wheels? That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, yeah. You know, I don't sell power equipment. And I don't have a great recommendation for you because what I have at home is just little handheld stuff, typical, weed eaters. So
what
I really
are you
don't
looking
know.
for? Are you looking for the weed eater that's on like a tripod?
Yes, because my husband and I are both in our 70s. We need some help here. I don't want to hurt my back.
I would go to Hubbard's, and in their power department, I think they have them, and they're great people to do business with.
Okay.
Okay. I was just going to say, their Power Alley out there has just got some great equipment. I was just in there getting some parts for my my leaf blower, and they just have a great selection of materials out there. So yeah,
Hubbard's right there on Highway 62.
Okay.
All right.
That's the real city. We're out in the boonies.
Yeah. Well, hey, if you get a chance, you can say hello to my friends out there at Scott Valley Feed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah, Kathy and Benny, great people.
Benny and for sure.
Yeah.
I used to deal with their dad.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right.
Betsy. See ya.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, we're just about out of time here. I tell you what we're going to do here. First, let me get rid of the phone call. I want you to select two names.
Okay.
And the two names are going to win what? You select them.
All right. We got two hanging baskets, so they'll
All right.
win
Select the name
baskets.
there.
All right.
The first one goes to?
The first one is going to Rita.
Rita?
Yes.
Okay.
She was the one who had the ivy.
Okay. We'll get a hold of Rita. She can come out and select one. And the other one goes to?
And the other one is Cindy. She had the fuchsia question.
Okay. All right. Cindy and Rita are the hanging basket winners, and we'll get a hold of you and go out to Four Seasons again. All right. And caller, where's my camera? There we go. Caller number. Select a number, a decent number.
Let's say caller number 11.
Caller number 11 will win what?
Let's have them win the Thunbergia vine.
Okay, the Black Eye Susan.
Yes.
All right, caller number 11, 776-5368 will win the Black Eye Susan. Thanks, buddy.
All righty, thank you.
Again, if you haven't got anything for Mom, you can go out to Four Seasons Nursery. They got all of this stuff to give away. You got trees, you got these hanging baskets. Are you out of the Cradle Lake ones?
At the moment, yes, but there's lots of other hanging baskets out there. So.
All right, and then you have more of these clematis.
We have clematis. There's some beautiful rhododendrons in bloom right now.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
Yeah, they're gorgeous, and the honeysuckles, like I said, they're coming in. They're blooming.
Are honeysuckles? Are they annuals? No.
Honeysuckle are perennial.
Perennial.
So, yes. Yep.
I was thinking of that. Could that grow up over that lady's garage?
Yep. I was going to suggest that too.
Yeah. Can they take hot sun?
Yes, they can.
All right.
Very fragrant.
And they just get right underneath the shingles. They just do all kinds of damage.
They grow like crazy. They do. So the lots and lots of stuff out there. And if you can't get into the nursery, but you've got family here, your mom lives here, you can go on our website and you get a gift card. And you can buy it right on the website, right there.
Oh,
so
there you go.
Without even leaving home, you can buy Mom a gift card. We'll hold it for her so she can come in on Mother's Day weekend, or we'll mail it to her, whichever you prefer.
Okay, well, there you go. And there's lots of things. And you also help people plant baskets, don't you?
Absolutely.
You were doing that the other day when I was out there.
Yes.
So if you wanted to create your own hanging basket, you help them do that.
Absolutely, yes. You come out and we'll walk you right through it. So.
All right. And the other thing, before I let you go, is you have an incredible selection of beautiful colored ceramic pots.
Yes, and in fact, I just got in 3 more pallets of colored pottery, including some really neat stuff in all the rage type colors. We've got that really nice blue, the orange that's very popular, that kind of a lime green color, some gorgeous pottery that just came in. So yes, outstanding stuff.
Four Seasons Nursery, you go out Highway 62, you hop over on Vilas Road, just go up a little bit and you'll see it off to the right there. You can't miss it. Thanks, Tim. Open 8 to 6 Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5 on Sunday.
There we go.
Happy Mother's Day.
Hi, I'm Jim and I work at theDove TV. Every weekday between 6 and 8 a.m., our award-winning news and sports team bring you the best morning show around. It's live, it's honest, and it's a whole lot of fun. And you help make it happen. Did you know that more than 90% of our income comes from people like you? You can help us continue to air local programs that share your voice by making a secure online donation at our website, theDove.us.